This is a big day for Clouds of Hope. We are so grateful for what is going to take place. It's so wonderful to see a dream come true, because this has been something that has been there from the children for such a long time. But now, Be Your Own Hero helped us to see it becoming real. So we are so excited to see all this that is going to take place soon. It is really a great day for Clouds of Hope.
We'll be giving the children ages 2 years to around about 15, 16, a playground where they can actually experience a bit of the surroundings in that playground. So we have 4 zones that we are looking at developing. The one would be a mountain adventure zone, because we're surrounded by all these beautiful mountains. So we are bringing the mountains into the playground in the form of a jungle gym. Then we go to the second zone, which would be a sensory zone. And in the sensory zone, we're going to expose them to different types of surfaces. So we might have what looks like a river, but it'll be a dry riverbed with pebbles in. We don't want to bring too much water into the area because that can pose a danger for little children. So we'll have a dry riverbed with river pebbles. Then we'll have a bridge going over the river pebbles, and we'll arrive on an area where we have some herbs and some different sensory plants planted. And I think the most exciting part of it is a little potting table where children will have access to little spades and pots and be able to plant up their own seeds that have now germinated, and then plant that into the planter boxes which we'll be building for them. Currently there are no trees, but we are going to be planting a whole bunch of trees. We're looking at 20-litre trees, maybe a bit bigger, so they will grow very fast. I did look at planting big trees in, but the time period that it takes for a big tree to actually recover is just as long as what it takes a 20-litre to grow up to that same height. So we're just going to stay with the better option, the faster growers. We won't be looking at massive trees or trees that grow too big, because that will shade out your homes, and we want to try and avoid that. We like the sun in the winter onto the houses. So we'll look at smaller varieties of trees, maybe a bit more color. And then we in the tree or the forest zone, we're going to put a wooden structure, like a little wooden hut, like a tree house. And underneath the tree house, we'll have a sand pit. So the tree house will be elevated about 1.2 meters high. That's around about here. And then we can have the small little leaves playing in the sand pit underneath the shelter of this wooden structure. And then steps going up to the house, and then a little play area inside which is protected from rain and wind. It'll be a bit more of a safe space. Then we move on to the 4th zone, which is our final zone. That is a meditation zone. So in this meditation zone, I've brought in some nest swings. They're big round swings like this, where a child can comfortably sit on or even lay on with a book and read. There'll be an area at the bottom which has got a bit of an impact area if they do fall off the swing, that they don't injure themselves. So it'll probably go with mulch or wood chips underneath it, so a bit of a soft surface. Yeah, those are our 4 zones. What I have also tried to work around and allow for is a fire pit, which is a very lovely meditation area for an older child. So we're going to look at this area over here to possibly put a fire pit in, which is away from that playground, because we don't want that to interfere with the smaller children using the playground.
Playtime is really crucial for the development of children, for their mental, social, physical, and intellectual development. So we are really excited for this new project, and we would really like to thank the Kennel family from Germany for sponsoring such an initiative. And we, as the Department of Social Development, we really do encourage that children be allowed playtime, as it helps them to keep away from doing wrong things, because the more time they spend on the field playing around, they don't get enough time to think of doing things that they shouldn't be doing. The subsidy that is provided by the government is not sufficient to reach such places for extramural activities. So we do encourage sponsorships that will help the children to be and feel like any other child. So we really appreciate what has been done today.
I'm a bit jealous because I wish I was 30 years younger for such things that are happening at Clouds. And one thing that I would actually just ask the kids of Clouds to do for us after this project has been done is to just maintain and look after it and always make sure that at all times there's no papers lying around and they're not actually just taking things and moving them where they shouldn't be, and they should actually use it to their advantage. That is basically what I actually want from the kids, and then obviously the mothers will always be there to make sure that kids are having fun and all that. And there's many more projects that we are going to do at Clouds of Hope, and yeah, I'm looking forward to the brighter future for this foster care. That's what we want to bring to these kids.